with a beautiful skyline towering just to the right of us, you get a look inside Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. A short time ago, a scene that never fails to stir up the folks here in Charlotte. Cam Newton strutting his way onto the field. His guys are fired up as they get set to go toe-to-toe with the Buffalo Bills. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Now Tre'Davious White on the return. Dances by him. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led by a former national champion at Alabama. It's A.J. McCarron.
Has a great reputation as a winner and as a leader. But don't let that be the only thing you think about when you think about A.J. McCarron. Good right arm, good mobility, just knows how to move the team up and down the field.
McCarron now on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And that'll bring up second down. Quickly now, here's the Buffalo offense.
Well, the one thing we do know about Buffalo, they love to run the football. Number one in the NFL in 2016 in rushing yardage. Expect that to continue, but look for an upgrade in the passing game. If they add that, they could be really dangerous.
McCarron again here on 2nd and 10. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
When I saw that the Carolina Panthers were ranked 21st in total defense in 2016, I thought it was a misprint. This is a very talented defense, but they didn't play up to those standards in 2016. Perhaps the loss of Josh Norman at corner hurt them in the secondary. Luke Kuechly, their middle linebacker and their heart and soul of their defense, wasn't able to play a complete season, and they didn't get the same pass rush in 2016 that they had in the previous year when they went to the Super Bowl.
Now here's McCarron on third. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. And the offensive starters for the Panthers.
The number 8 overall pick in the 2017 draft, Christian McCaffrey, to me, was the most complete running back coming out in the draft. He can run inside, gets to the perimeter, can catch the ball. In fact, I think he runs routes better than any receiver that came out in the draft. He's a complete package, and boy, will they have fun with him in Charlotte.
Here's Newton now on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Throwing now is McCarron. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first. That man has still got it. Thomas Davis can do it all. Drop into coverage, rush the quarterback, and, of course, make plenty of tackles.
Closing in on 1,000 career tackles and consistent. Last year, 106 tackles, the year before, 105.
College safety turned linebacker in the NFL. What a career.
And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 126 yards.
And in the preseason, I thought he was primed for a big, big year. And week 1 did absolutely nothing to diminish those expectations.
Funches with a catch over the middle. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2s. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Newton. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Lorenzo Alexander coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Lorenzo Alexander was one of the great stories of the NFL in 2016. His first year as a full-time starter, 12.5 sacks.
That'll get you some. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Gano out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot. C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. For McCoy in the last 7 years, 5 of them over 1,000 yards.
Underrated in how strong he is through the hole. But the best part of his game, open field, where he makes a whole lot of people miss.
In 2016, he was 7th in the league in rushing yardage. Under pressure, and down he goes. Ben Jacobs from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
Look, Carolina had a number of issues last year, and that's why they slumped to 6-10 after a Super Bowl appearance. The pass rush wasn't a problem for them. They still got to the quarterback.
47 total sacks. That was just one behind Arizona, who led the league.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue for them, young corners, they gave up a lot of big plays. That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K'Wan Short in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And we take a look at the Bills' defense.
This is a defense that's always carried itself with a swagger, and one of the things they take great pride in, rushing the passer. They were 6th against the pass in 2016. Have to shore up their run defense, though. Just 29th. That's quite a surprise, considering the athletes they have on that side of the ball.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
This is taken at the 23. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. A first update now out of Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They go play action here on 1st down. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The numbers in last week's game for Benjamin. 10 catches, 107 yards.
And in the preseason, I thought he was primed for a big, big year. And week 1 did absolutely nothing to diminish those expectations.
And they've got it here with a 1st down. And the D looking like they may blitz. Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. The Bills on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's McCarron. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And a great spot to start this drive from here. give to McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So a good kick that time, and he's able to redeem himself from the previous miss.
And fortunately for him, he got the chance to do that not long after missing the first time. Sometimes a whole game goes by, and you don't get that chance at all. So you keep it with you till the next time you take the field.
And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. A reminder, coming up tonight, Green Bay visits Atlanta. All sorts of storylines there. A playoff rematch, also the opening of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then on Monday night, the Giants host the Lions.
So the Giants play on Sunday night and Monday night to open the season.
Yeah, 2 under the lights. That one goes for 24 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
A gain of 32 that time. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly, and now 1st and goal.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. On 3rd down, here's McCoy. He's in trouble, and McCoy won't make it out of the end zone. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about. And he return to get you to midfield is a great return. One first down, you're almost in field goal position.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
Here's Newton, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Throwing again is Newton. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And the Bills getting set to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something? You're
thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second.
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Shotgun snap for McCarron. That's complete right around the 8. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Here we go. Green, 39.
On second down, here's McCarron. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 3-19.
And again, it's McCarron. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Hauschka's kick is good. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
An NFL update, second quarter now in Jacksonville, and it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. A final shot before the break. Newton. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters. You folks don't know what you're missing. Missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back in.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by Vontae Davis. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This give is to McCoy. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding. Offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Working from the gun here, McCarron. Man open right side, it's the tight end play. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Charles Clay, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills draw a bit closer. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's a...
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And he's able to take this one back. To the 36-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. It gets intercepted.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Jeremy Curley, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
So making 3 field goals for him now, and this last one tightens things up a bit.
And I know that offense is on the sideline right about now, checking out the tablets and saying, man, we let a good chance slip away there. We've got to start finishing some of these drives.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Here's the former Bronco. It's C.J. Anderson with his first carry. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Newton finding Funchess for the Panther first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, he came off of that guy, the deep guy. He came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And he's brought down. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. It's really well executed.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. That's Incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
There's several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Back to throw, Newton. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. An excellent pick up to 34 yards. On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now from Jacksonville.
We've been together a little while now, partner. How often do we actually describe tight ends as nifty? Because that's what I think of when I see Greg Olsen on the field. His ability to run routes, create space and separation, and make those catches downfield.
Yeah, sure consistent. The numbers the last couple years almost identical, and both over 1,000-yard seasons. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Lawrence Timmons. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the run cover shirt.
He better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, a guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Bills on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back near his goal line. Here's McCarron. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
And take it right on the 30. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
These two, Newton and Olsen, they have formed quite a... And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. C.J. Anderson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Bills. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right? It's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
It's complete to Jeremy Curley. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Boy, another example there of how you've just got to be fearless to go over the middle in this league.
No doubt about it. If you want to be known as a Pro Bowl type of a receiver, if you want to get to the Hall of Fame, you're going to have to make a good number of catches in that area. And how about the hit he took from the linebacker? That's where you really make it, because a lot of times that hit is coming from behind you, from over the top by a safety. In this case, it may well come from underneath with the linebacker dropping out from the middle.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Now McCarron. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They are on to the fourth quarter in Jacksonville, and the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark it down at the 39. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Throwing here, Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Christian McCaffrey, everybody knows the family pedigree, and they're hoping for a lot of big things from him, aren't they?
He gave great evidence of that while he was at Stanford. Tremendous amount of big plays, whether he was running the ball, catching it, returning kicks, you name it. A lot of people were wondering if he would go at number 8 to the Panthers because he's not a big guy, but his ability to make plays in the open field, Panthers could not pass him up.
On second down, McCaffrey. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. With 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Open space inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. Somewhat surprising stat. The Panthers, they haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher on the ground since 2009. That's the longest active drought in the NFL, but certainly they're hoping Christian McCaffrey can change that. Not just as a ball carrier, but also as a pass receiver and take pressure off of Cam Newton, give him some easy completions, and maybe he doesn't get hit as much in the pocket that way. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about